Welcome to Transformation Fridays. This is Chani. We're going to talk about this idea of triggers today. And I want to dispel the idea that you get triggered and replace it with new language so that we can start to really take more command over the way that we are creating. The reality is we are a species of conscious expression evolving through a third dimensional experience, and that we have complete command over how we get to evolve. And when we say that something triggered us, what I want to propose is that what we may really mean, and a more productive and a more progressive way of looking at it, is that we are having a realization. And the reason that I think that this is important is because if you are saying that something triggered you, what you're saying is that there was something outside of you that caused you to feel a way, and it's not the way that you want to feel. And so you don't want to deal with that. That thing triggered you, right? So instead of saying that, if we say, wow, I just had a realization that there's something in me that's still unresolved. There is a pain, there is a hurt, there is an energy, right, that's still sort of lingering around this kind of experience, or I have never felt this way before, and seeing this or hearing this is causing a response in me that I'm not familiar with or that I'm not comfortable with. And so instead of it being a trigger, if we look at it as a realization, how does that shift the way that we choose to deal with it? How does that change the way that we allow ourselves to show up for ourselves in that moment? I hear it in the context of arguments sometimes within relationships, right? Oh, you said this thing and it triggered me, right? It triggered you to what, right? Like it triggered you to, now you're gonna flash, now you're flying off the handle, or it triggered you to leave, or what's it triggering? And if it's triggering an emotion, the emotion is your responsibility, always. Nobody and nothing makes you feel anything. Your emotions arise in you as a response to inform you where you are in relationship to a thing. And so if you are triggered, if we can say that you're having a realization, what does that change for you? Now there's something to explore. Now there's something to lean into. Now there's something to sort of allow yourself to dissect a little bit so that you can be more of yourself. Anytime we have an emotional response and we don't deal with it, we're leaving a part of ourselves out. We're leaving a part of ourselves out of the equation because we don't see that part of ourselves as worthy. We talked about this a little bit in the video on the ego and the soul. And so to be triggered by something, all that's telling you is you're having a realization that something is coming up in you that's asking for your attention. It's asking for you to be more present to that. And so two things that you get to do. One, sure, you can avoid the trigger, absolutely, right? You can decide not to watch that kind of, I don't know, TV or video or whatever it is. You can choose to not deal with the person. You can choose not to look at, I don't know, blue coats, right? Because they trigger you because somebody was wearing a blue coat that hurt you once, right? You can do your best to avoid or to eliminate the things that are in your experience that are causing you to be triggered, or you can deal with the realization that you're having every time the emotion is surfacing and bring yourself into a greater state of alignment. We are conscious beings. We are not unconscious beings. And so what that means is that everything that's happening, everything that's coming up in you is an opportunity for you to evolve and expand. There is no moment without expansion. Everything that you are moving through in your life is an opportunity for you to grow into more. And so this is my offering for you guys today. I hope that it's helpful. I'll see you guys next week.